I'm a spiritual entrepreneur, but I like to call myself a light worker, an earth angel. I see souls on the other side of the veil. I communicate with deceased celebrities so I can channel new music, new creative movie ideas for the collective. Actually, Mac Miller's soul approached me alongside my father's soul at a Post Malone concert in 2019. And he told me that he was going to create this tribe on the other side of the veil that would help me help the world. And my parents were like, please don't tell anyone. That's not normal.
I see a lot of angel numbers though. Like the universe communicates with me.
But I also don't think anybody actually believes in God. Like, literally.
Bro.
I do.
What do you mean nobody?
That is a very,
actually don't believe in God? What do you mean?
We can't talk about the demons.
No.
Why can't we talk about the demons?
And this lady was across the room from me and she started doing things with her hands and was looking at me and saying like these weird things, and it was wild. And I just started praying and I predicted myself. My angels came through. I predicted my father passing away by accident.
I really hope there's an afterlife, because there's a couple of people I definitely want to see rot in hell for the rest of eternity. That's for sure. And I want to go to heaven too.
Oh my god.
But I just like nothing.
I rebuke your energy.
No, in a good way, Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm Zach Evans, along here with my co-host, Mohammed. We got a couple special guests, a returning guest and a new one for the podcast. Why don't you guys go ahead, introduce yourself to the audience, name what you do, and your star sign. We'll start with you, Sydney.
Not the star sign. My name's Sydney. I guess I just do... Wait, I need to restart.
You could just restart it. Welcome back.
My name's Sydney. I do social media for work. I also have a styling business, so you can book styling sessions with me. And did you say age?
Star sign.
Oh,
you can do age if you want.
And I'm a Libra.
Hi, my name is Erin. I'm a Taurus. I'm a Libra rising.
Oh,
Love
happy
that.
Taurus season, queen.
Thank you. And what do I do? I'm a spiritual entrepreneur.
Interesting. Definitely want to get into all that kind of stuff. What does that mean exactly?
So society would digest me as a medium, but I like to call myself a light worker, an earth angel. I see souls on the other side of the veil.
Gotcha. And explain to me, so your business, how does it work? Somebody comes into you, what are they asking for? What do you provide? What services do you provide for them?
So I do many different things, but I can do a reading for individuals, energy healing. I'm also doing something that no one's ever done before. I communicate with deceased celebrities, so I can channel new music, new creative movie ideas for the collective. So I do a lot of things.
What's the difference between communicating with deceased celebrities versus just regular people?
There's no difference other than the fact that these souls, Mac Miller, other individuals that are deceased and passed on, they want to continue their legacies. So I'm just the vessel and need the family's estate's approval, and I can just move forward with what I'm doing.
Wait, so is it like an artist will come in and they're like, I need inspiration. And then you're like, okay, let me get Mac Miller on the track. Boom, he comes out with some bars. You help the bars go to the new rapper. Is that kind of...
Actually, Mac Miller's soul approached me alongside my father's soul at a Post Malone concert in 2019. And he told me that he was going to create this tribe on the other side of the veil that would help me help the world. And since then, a bunch of deceased celebrities have approached me, and I can channel new music from that individual soul, like Mac Miller or Tupac. So new music can be created through AI, but I'll never put anything out. So lyrical lines, musical compositions, new creative music ideas. And that's where I'm at with that.
Wait, I'm confused. You're talking to Mac, and he has ideas.
Yes.
For his music. You said you're not gonna put them out, or you are gonna put them out?
I will, but I'm never gonna. You know, Ghostwriter, how he just used AI, and it was Drake's voice. The Weekend, it went viral. I would never do that. Through AI technology, I can put his voice, Tupac. I have a demo actually, but I'm only showing it to people within the industry and the family's estates. I'm never going to put out new music from the deceased musician's soul until I obtain an approval of, yes, let's continue their legacy. I have to prove myself in a reading. But that's Mac's whole purpose of continuing their legacies and letting everybody know that our loved ones are still with us. And what's the fastest way to wake up the collective? Through music. So then
is the music being created by AI or the music being created by you?
Both. I'm authentic intelligence, but using AI to continue their voices, on new songs and stuff like that.
So essentially, they give you the lyrics.
Yes.
You put the lyrics into AI to make the lyrics come out in their voice.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And then new music, new musical compositions, like completely new songs.
So where does the composition come from?
I channel it. I see their soul. I hear it. I write it down. I transcribe it. Go with my music.
So you create both the lyrics and the music based upon what you're getting from
yes,
the spirits.
I can. The angels.
Is this how Drake comes up with so many bangers? Do you think Drake has like a spiritual advisor? Because everyone, like Drake, like every year he has like 3 bangers.
And maybe that's where the term ghostwriter comes from.
Hey, let's go.
Just
Could
kidding.
be. It could be.
I have no idea. Probably not.
So how does that happen exactly? So you're in your house. You're like, okay, I'm going to contact Mac Miller. How does it like work?
Actually, they approached me.
You're like, I would never.
I'm not like, let me summon Mac
Like, they
Miller.
come to me.
Literally, I'm just, this is my gift.
They got a high value woman. They come to me.
I've had this gift my whole life. And when it happened at a Post Malone concert, my dad was a source of validation. He's on the other side of the veil. And I didn't want to do this. This has been hard for me to, I know how it's going to look to everybody in society of this girl is communicating with deceased celebrities. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around. But this is my gift. And how am I going to tell Tupac or Mac Miller, hey, no, it's okay. I'm not going to do this. Like, I have this gift, writing it down. Let's go.
You said something about like when you're with their family, they're going to get some sort of a proof that like, oh, like you're actually telling the truth, because otherwise it could be your own music and like you could be making shit up.
Totally.
Right? So what does that look like?
So I would give a reading.
Mm-hmm.
I would see the angel and I would communicate with what they're saying and transcribe the messages. And that's how I prove myself in a reading.
Do you do like tarot? Is that the readings?
I don't. I literally just see them, I hear them, and I just communicate what they're saying.
Okay.
Have you done that with just regular people?
Yes. I can give readings to anybody.
Right. And so do you have to be in a certain setting in order to do that, or what does that look like?
I like to disconnect for like 15 minutes, pull out my Palo Santo, and just have my dad and these angels come through. And whether I'm giving anybody a reading, their loved ones can come through. I just like to have like 15 minutes to have my own space and kind of detach, and then let's go. But I could do it, I guess, if they come through, like if your loved one just appeared and popped up, I could transcribe messages.
Mm-hmm.
So I swear I want to get back to the Mac Miller thing. So is it like when you're sleeping, it's like a dream, or is it like you meditate and then he comes to you, or like do you see somebody? Like what is it? What actually happens?
So you guys are sitting right here, and Mac Miller's soul or whatever deceased soul I'm communicating with, angels, they could just pop in.
And
it's out of my control.
Okay, so you can actually see them
literally
physically.
Yes.
Okay, and they look like, do they look like a ghost, or they just look like
bright white light?
See through.
Bright white light. That's how they approach me.
Okay, so bright white light, but they look like a person, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
But just bright white light.
And then you just talk to them like you would talk to us?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
So I'm assuming they'll introduce themselves, and that's how you realize who the person is.
Right. Correct.
Or who the angel is in this particular context. And then is it... Okay, so you said something. When you say angels, does that mean that there is heaven and hell, or does that mean... I'm assuming you know this.
So I actually am spiritual, but I was raised Catholic Christian. So when I say angel...
So was I.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really?
So was I.
Oh, wow.
I was not.
Okay, yeah. I do everything through God. I believe we're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And just, when I was a little girl, I would see angels in the sky that would approach me that way. And from there, my gifts and abilities evolved. And I just kind of stuck to the term because
Okay. So describe your first experience, how it all came about.
My first experience, I was very young and I started seeing angels in the sky, and then I started running around the neighborhood. My parents were like, please don't tell anyone. That's not normal. And then we kept it a secret, and my deceased grandfather came through. And I predicted my father passing away by accident. Like, I just had this intuition that he was going to die in a car accident. And I got really scared. And my grandfather was like the first angel that I saw that somebody I knew before. I just didn't know who they were.
When you say you had the intuition, meaning that nobody had told you, so the spirits hadn't communicated
Correct.
that with you. Okay, so then do you still have these predictions about other things from time to time, or was that just a one-time thing?
No, I mean, I can definitely, if they come through with messages, I have intuition. Yeah, I can predict.
Well, I mean, everybody has intuition.
Right,
but
exactly.
There's a difference between intuition and prediction.
Totally. I can do both. I can do
Okay.
like prediction. I don't know how to describe myself, to be quite honest. Light worker.
Okay. So you had this prediction with regards to your dad passing, and you didn't tell anybody, or you did tell
I told
someone?
my parents. I begged my dad not to get in the car and make that daily commute into work. And my mom was like, why are you freaking out? My parents didn't understand. And then 18 years later, he died on the same commute my younger self predicted. And I was freaking out. And that's when my grandfather came through, and he just had a smile on his face. And that's how it all really began.
So wait, you told your parents that your dad was going to die in a car accident 18 years before it happened?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And then, okay. Well, I mean, for 18 years, what was he going to do? Not commute to work?
I know. I mean, I was very
Take
young,
the bus,
but
bro.
Did you tell your mom, like, remember I told you this whenever it happened?
yes, she was the one that kind of reminded me that I was begging them
Yeah.
to not let my dad.
And
make
is
the
that
commute.
when she like believed you, or is she kind of
No, she believed me before because
Okay.
other things happened when we were like growing up.
Like what?
Well, a lot of deceased souls started to approach me, and it was very interesting. My great grandfather came through. I transcribed messages. I wrote it down. I gave it to my grandmother. I just started proving myself, and we just kept it a secret. And my mom was just witnessing everything. And then my grandfather, when he passed, my other grandfather, just the messages kept coming in, and then things would happen, predictions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. So now, do you have clients
I do.
currently outside of the
Yes.
celebrity arena? And when they come to you, what do majority of people want to know?
They have questions of, their career or love life. I just start reading, like doing the reading, and just whatever comes through, the messages from their loved ones or the deceased celebrities that are communicating with me. My dad's saying this, I'm telling them, like, yes. So it's just guidance and messages. And if they have questions, I can answer them.
Can you do it over the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
FaceTime, Zoom, phone.
I always found that so intriguing, how readers can do it over the phone.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy concept to me.
Do you think some people aren't capable of seeing spirits or anything like that? Because I've never seen nothing. And everybody always tries to and just to be like fully transparent, like, I don't believe in it. Not that I think it's impossible for it to be true, but
Totally.
I haven't seen anything that's even like remotely like the
Right.
spirit did this or
Your
something.
chakras are blocked.
And I used to like fuck with the ghosts. I'd be like, ghosts, come get me. Demons, come get me. And they never did. I just
Oh,
wanted
wow.
to
You
see if it
just
was
don't
like,
have
like
the
when I was little.
gift.
What?
You just don't have the
Maybe, or maybe. I don't know. I just I've never seen it before. But
My dad didn't, but he believed me, because things came through. But yeah, I don't think
It's
everybody
called
can.
a gift,
So okay, so if you were to have a session with him, for example, to try to turn him, right?
to turn me like I'm a vampire.
Right.
Edward.
What would that session
Jacob,
look like?
first of all.
So maybe his loved ones would come through, or my dad, or the deceased tribe members that Mac Miller created would come through with messages. And how would I know? I don't even know you. And then that's how it really.
So you don't know him, right? So
Literally.
like you would sit and you would basically give him a message from somebody who's passed away. Obviously, we're not going to tell you who has passed away, but there are
Correct.
people that have passed away clearly in all of our lives. And then so you would start with like basically saying, "Hey, do you know this person?"
Every reading's different, so it could be completely different. This is the first message I'm getting. They kind of direct me, these angels, of how to
It's like a
sway the conversation.
like an aura. Just
Aura.
helps. Maybe I should get a reading from you after this.
Absolutely.
Never here though.
Have you seen ghosts or spirits or
No,
anything?
I see a lot of angel numbers though.
Angel what?
I
Angel
see a lot
numbers.
of angel, like
Oh.
the universe communicates with me.
I
But
see.
I wouldn't say, no, I don't see, like, I'm not like a light worker, but I have also been told that I have very strong intuition as well.
Mm.
And it has been confirmed through like things that the universe sends me, like signs.
Yeah, the universe doesn't send me shit. I don't know why.
Your chakras are blocked, probably.
Maybe too much fluoride, or I don't know. Unblock them. Is that a thing? Can I?
Yeah,
unblock
I mean,
my
You
chakras?
can do
Yeah.
it, yeah. You can get an
Okay.
energy cleanse. You can meditate. Find yourself.
I tried meditation. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah. I love meditating.
It made my anxiety go up and higher. Because I
Wow.
was just thinking about, I was staring at the wall and I was just thinking about all my problems that still weren't solved.
Damn.
And then I would try not to think about it, and then I would just keep thinking about it more and made my anxiety go up. So then I quit it.
Damn.
So are you currently in a relationship?
I am not.
Have you been? How old are you again? You said 30.
31.
Okay, and then you've been in relationships, I'm assuming, before.
Yes.
How many?
A couple.
Any long term?
Yes.
Couple being 2 or multiple?
Multiple.
Okay, because couple is 2.
Right. 2 legit ones. Other ones are just,
Got it. Okay, so long term, like what was the longest?
5 years.
5 years. And throughout that relationship, did you unwillingly communicate with spirits of people related to the person you were in a relationship with?
Yes.
And
My ex was there with me the whole time when this actually began, with the deceased celebrities coming through. So he witnessed everything. And at first he was a non-believer, but then when his grandmother started to come through with messages, and he just saw everything, and I would channel and transcribe whatever was coming through from whatever deceased soul it was. And then he saw it happened. How can you not believe,
Right.
So
Does it negatively affect the relationships that you're in?
I think that I was supposed to go through that soul contract with him, and
I don't. What does that mean?
I believe that my ex and I were supposed to meet and date as long as we did. I met him a week prior to my father passing, and he helped me tremendously, but I also learned a lot, and I don't think that we were meant to be together, and we're 2 completely different people.
Nothing is a mistake, only lessons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So negatively, I don't think my gift and ability for the right person would tarnish the relationship.
That's a very politically correct answer. Okay, so do you think your ability is affecting your relationships negatively?
No. No.
Okay.
I would love to date someone with a psychic gift. Hey.
Hey, tell
Got
me
a
my
question, yeah.
I just don't think everybody understands that I'm an earth angel, and that's okay. That's
Can you ever tell, like, let's say, like, if you meet a guy, you go on like one date, and then you're like, your powers can tell, like, oh, this guy is like bad news. Like, he's pretending to be nice to me, but like I can tell, like, he's like a bad person.
absolutely. My dad will come through, or these angels, they'll be like, don't even waste your time.
Interesting. That could be your core business model.
Ooh.
I could see girls coming in like, yo, like, I'm dating this guy. I feel like he's a fuckboy. I'm not really sure. And then you like find out.
Well, that's like a reading when
Okay.
people ask about love. So yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
So here's a challenge I kind of foresee happening in relationships that you would get into, where if your partner is doing something, especially if you're with somebody for a long time, let's say a year passes by, 2 years pass by, where you're comfortable enough to have actually communicate certain things with, and all of a sudden they're gonna do something that you start to get messages about, and they shouldn't do it. And so you kind of try to approach the person and say, hey, like, I don't think you should do this. And this is not really my opinion. It's more so these messages that I'm getting. And if the person is, depending on the personality traits, but, you know, let's say you're dealing with somebody who's more dominant, then they're like, okay, well, I would like to make my own mistakes rather than you telling me whether I should do something or not. Like, has that ever happened?
No.
Okay.
But I see that totally it could happen.
Right.
But then I probably wouldn't be with the right person.
It just
you know what I
sounds
mean?
like incompatibility.
Yeah. Like if you don't understand me, then we can't really like vibe or date.
But see, you see that's where I think where the challenge comes through.
Totally.
Right? It's not a matter
Absolutely.
of understanding. It's like if I had to, so let's say for the sake of this conversation, I don't believe you because, well, we just met. I don't believe you. And so, and I'm not saying whether you're lying or not, right?
Yeah.
It's not a matter of that.
Totally.
I've been in this whole arena before. Well, and that's a whole other conversation. But so I'm sort of familiar with people seeing spirits, talking to spirits, and so on and so forth. And I've never involved myself in it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want any messages. I don't want to know anything. And the reason for that is I truly believe that, and this is where him and I kind of differ in our opinion of the universe. I believe in not knowing. So I wouldn't deny it, but I also don't know whether it's true or not. Right. I don't know for a fact if it's actually true. I don't know if there is a hell, if there is a heaven. I don't know if there is afterlife. I don't know if there is God. But I'm not going to deny it just because I don't know something. And so, but I do believe that some things are not meant for us. And I also do believe that it's if it was meant for us to, I don't know if this is the right word to use, play with, and I don't think that's the right word to use, but for the sake of this conversation, I think it would have been much more apparent to a lot more people. And so I've also seen, well, not seen, but I've heard of stories of people doing certain things that sort of affected their life negatively in the future. And so I try not to really like get myself involved in it, because if there is a chance that it is true, then I don't want it to affect my life in that way, if that makes sense.
Totally. Absolutely. However,
for him, it's a good experiment because then he doesn't believe in anything. So then if it is true, you know, it'll affect him however it's going to affect him, but he doesn't believe it anyway, so he probably won't.
But I also don't think anybody actually believes in God. Like, literally.
Bro.
I do.
What do you mean nobody?
That is a
because,
very,
actually
like,
don't believe in God? What do you mean?
Okay, imagine you're a criminal, right? And they put this drone that follows you around, right? The drone follows you around. They say, hey, if we catch you doing anything bad, you're going to prison the rest of your life. We're going to torture you the rest of your life, right? If you don't do anything bad, we're going to give you $1 billion, right? Would you like accidentally like sin? Would you be like, whoopsies, I had sex before marriage. Oopsies. Like, no, because you have this drone like, zzz, and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to like, the drone's going to see me. But like, God can see everything. So like, I don't understand how anybody could sin ever. Like, if I believed in God, I would lock myself in the basement and just fucking rosaries.
Okay, well, that's like an extremist.
But
I
like,
don't know if that's the word, but like...
But like,
he is an extremist when it comes to these things.
But that's not an
know?
extremist. If sinning means you're going to go to hell for eternity, and this dude with fucking giant buff dude with fucking horns and a pitchfork is just gonna stab you all day long with fire going around you, and all your friends are in heaven looking down like, damn, what happened to Zach? I would be the most like, I would be so careful. I would never like, oh, I can't go to church, like the football game's on. I'd be like, fuck the football game. I'm not getting tortured by the horns guy my rest of my life, you know?
Huh, interesting.
I think that you should do a little more research into like religion and like how it works.
I grew up Catholic. I was born Catholic and like raised Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah. But like,
Everybody's belief is different, you know? Like it's interesting how everybody has different beliefs.
yeah. So like, what do you think then, for example?
So I was just talking about this on a podcast, and I think I'm in the space of figuring out right now. Like I definitely, I believe that there's probably a higher power. I believe in like the divine. I believe in like energy. I'm a big believer in energy and like how like the planets affect everything and the vibration. I'm a big believer in that. Yeah, but I'm figuring it out right now. I was raised Catholic.
Yeah, same. The moment I got out of Catholic is I watched this movie, and it was about this like jungle tribe, right? And they were like praying to like the rain god. They're like chanting, and there's this guy with this weird like outfit on, and he was like holding up the like rain god stone or whatever, right? And then went to, and, you know, obviously we're like, oh, it's a movie, it's kind of like silly, right? And then I went to church the next day, and there was a guy called a priest in these robes, right? And he was holding up this book, and everybody's like, Our Father who art in heaven. And I was like, wait, how is this any different than like the rain god? You know what I mean? It just seemed like, it just didn't make sense to me anymore. And then I was like, that's when I went down the other path. You know,
the non-believer path.
Yeah, the non-believer path.
It's interesting because I kind of made this connection between you not believing and how you live your life in general. And I wonder if subconsciously you started to decide to deny the existence of God because it would have been easier to not believe in God and be able to do everything that you wanted to do versus having to believe in God and therefore having to stop doing everything that you wanted to do.
Like, stop doing bad things, you're saying?
Correct. because that is who you are as a person, right? It's like,
I'm a bad person?
No. But I mean, by definition, everything that you do consider in religion being a sin would be everything that you do.
I see.
So like you do the carnivore diet, right?
Yeah.
You would not cheat on your diet because that is, you made a decision that like this is the path that you're going to go down. So it doesn't matter what's around you. You're not going to go off the path.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You would not be tempted. Same thing goes. It's like, oh, you're going to have sex with someone. Like, I'm going to use a condom no matter what, regardless of the pleasure that it comes with, you know, with having to use it with, not use a condom.
Yeah.
Because of the risk that is associated with it. And I'm not going to go off that path. You know, that's the type of person that you are. You're very like structured that way.
Yeah.
So the same thing goes with like, okay, I'm going to live my life this way. And so if I believed in God, therefore, I would have to live a life where I do not sin. But that life would be, well, for lack of a better word, very boring.
Yeah. And I want to believe in God, to be fair. I hope God is real. I really do. Like, and all he needs is like a little bit of proof. Like just one thing. If like Mac Miller popped down from the sky right now, boom, I'm a believer. Like that would be enough to like change my mind. But like, and like, I hope there's a God. Like, I really hope there's an afterlife. Because there's a couple of people I definitely want to see rot in hell for the rest of eternity. That's for sure. And I want to go to heaven too.
Oh my God.
But I just nothing.
I rebuke your energy.
No. In a good way.
You don't, there's nobody that you would want to see in hell?
No.
Not a single person on this planet. Really?
I like
Hitler. You don't want to see Hitler in hell.
I don't wish bad upon anybody because, like I said, I believe in like frequencies and stuff. And like, I don't know. I try to, everything, like you shouldn't wish bad upon people. You
Okay.
know?
So let's say for the sake of this conversation, God, you go up there and God's sitting there and God goes, hey, it's time for us to revisit Hitler's case.
What?
Will you send him back down to hell or put him back up in heaven?
So like, this is a game that we're playing now.
I mean, listen, you just said something which was very interesting to me. You said that you don't wish bad upon anyone, but God does. So if God wishes bad, well, of course, if he has created heaven and hell.
People believe in different types of gods.
What type of
There's
God
not
do you
just
believe
one
in?
type of God. I said that I'm figuring it out right now. I believe that there's a higher power and like divine, like that could be someone's God, you know, like it just, yeah.
Wait, we have a medium, guys. What is God like? Like, what are these
answers?
Yeah.
Erin, tell us. I mean, I'm assuming you've asked, because that would have been my first question. If I ever met a spirit, the first question is there heaven and hell? You know?
That's not really my vibe. I feel like scientifically speaking, if you're into science, there is a godlike particle. You can research it. And I believe that God is bright white light. I'm not God. I don't know everything. I also agree with you shouldn't know everything. We're having this human experience and I can't know everything, but I do believe that there is a higher power out there, whether it's God or I say God. I resonate with that, but I do everything through God and just love and light, bright white light.
I've been told that I have an old soul.
Didn't answer your question.
An old soul?
Yeah.
Like a reincarnation kind of thing?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I hope there's heaven and hell, man. Because I'm scared of only two things in life.
There's an afterlife. I mean, there's the other side of the veil.
Okay.
So there is an afterlife based upon the fact that you speak to spirits, because
Correct.
otherwise you wouldn't be able
Exactly.
to, right?
Yeah.
But so at no point in any of your experiences you had a conversation where you asked, "Hey, like, what is it like? Like, where did you guys go?" You know,
It's a happy place. I
For
think the universe
everybody.
is very big.
is it for everybody?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
Where's Hitler? Like, that's my
not
question.
I don't know.
No, he's definitely not.
Where the bad people go?
Well, there's this
I
theory.
don't know.
This is
I don't. If that's I like bright white light, good vibes. I don't ask questions like that.
But you never wonder whether there's right and wrong. I mean, that would be that. Okay, so here's my problem with like not knowing answers to certain things is that if there is right and wrong, there is good or bad.
Yes, there's obviously things that are darker, and
Right.
I've experienced some of those things, but I don't like to tap into it because that's not the energy I'm trying to put out into the world.
No, sure, but the question of whether when somebody dies who has done bad things in this world ends up going to the same place than everybody else who's done good things, or do you believe that they go to a different place?
I'm not sure. I don't like to tap into that.
I will say there is a loophole. I learned about this. It's like a glitch in the matrix. All you have to do, so you could like have sex before marriage your whole life with 1,000 girls, whatever, like drink all the time, party, as long as right before you die, like let's say you like fall off a bridge, on the way down, if you're like, please God forgive me, before you hit the bottom, all your sins are wiped away.
It's definitely not how dying works, I don't think.
I heard.
I don't think you come back into consciousness and you're like,
No. Before
it's
you
right
hit the
before.
ground. Before you hit the ground. You have to do it before.
Right
like
before
you're
you die.
probably
It's
in
game
like
over.
your brain is probably in some type of fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I saw like 3 or 4 TikTok videos on it, so like I'm kind of an expert in the subject.
oh, okay.
And as long as before you hit the ground, ask for forgiveness, boom, wipes your slate, and then you're good to go. I'm pretty sure.
I love that for you.
Yeah. But you got to make sure you don't like die in your sleep or something. Then like you're fucked.
That's Zach's plan, is right before dying to be like,
Please.
forgive me, God.
But that's the other thing is like most things that are wrong, I feel like they're wrong. You know what I mean? Like if I like punch someone in the face, I'm like, okay, yeah, that felt wrong because I'm hurting somebody, you know.
That's
but then there's
debatable.
like stuff in the Bible. It's like no sex before marriage. There's like, I don't know, don't smoke weed. Probably is that in the Bible? There's like stuff like that. Don't eat meat on Fridays. There's like all these rules that I'm like, this just seems like some dude made them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it's like hard for me to.
Yeah, you agree or?
But you're also not religious. You're spiritual. So it is.
I'm
kind of
both.
different.
Yeah.
You are.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm both. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Where it's like even in the Bible, there's stuff in the Bible on like like the proper way to treat your slaves. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's just, I don't resonate with any of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a healer, right? So essentially you're sent to this world to heal people. Like,
Correct.
because you are like a godly spirit. Like,
Ooh.
good. Okay.
Light worker.
Light worker.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Energy healing, all the things.
Yes.
Through God, through bright white light.
Yes.
Can you tell if my aura's fucked up?
I
feel like
can.
maybe it's fucked.
I
say
can.
You can?
Yeah.
You're not a psychic. You can't
I
do
told you I have strong intuition.
You think my aura's fucked up?
I can feel energy.
You're a light worker.
You think?
Yeah, you're tapped in. A light worker can do so many
my
things.
chakras aren't blocked. Just have like a intense, like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you think my aura's fucked up?
You're perfect just as you are.
See, the
Erin,
real medium has
Jesus
spoken,
Christ.
Sydney. The real medium
Yeah, I
has
still have
spoken.
some work to do, I've heard. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. I'm trying to understand what you believe in. Like, aside from what you experience.
Okay.
Because I feel like anybody with this level of access, I would say, to a different universe, in a sense, right, would have a different understanding that normal people do.
Correct. Okay.
And so
Yeah.
that's what I want to, figure out. What is your what do you think we should know that we don't know?
Okay. Love that. I believe that we are a soul inside a human body and we are experiencing this life and we have a soul contract. So before our soul comes down, we experience this and then after that we go back. So we we can use our birth charts to see all the things of how you're going to spend your life. Like, for instance, in my birth chart, there's literally a triangle where my dad was supposed to pass away and then my gifts and abilities would evolve more. So I'm very spiritual and more souls inside a human body. That's what I believe in.
Is it possible to have a relationship with a spirit?
A relationship?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like, be in a relationship with one?
No, there's no way. That's wild.
Is it?
Yeah, that's wild.
Why is that? If you, what's a male like figure
it's
that
me again.
what's a male celebrity that, like, or just any male person that you like really think is hot that's alive?
That's alive?
Who's alive? Yes.
Okay.
Like, who is it? Like, name a person that you have a crush on. Like a celebrity.
Oh, a celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm not really into all those things, but Theo James, that's always
Okay,
been.
sure. Let's say Theo James dies tomorrow.
You can't have a relationship with somebody that's deceased.
Maybe when your powers are super strong.
I would never.
You would never.
Oh yeah.
I want to know, is the dark side? Is there my friends, the demons? Are they real?
I don't want
My
to talk
friends,
about
the
that.
demons.
We can't talk about the demons.
No.
Why can't we talk about the demons?
Because, like she said, like, why would you tap into that?
Well, nobody's tapping into anything. We're having a conversation. What, human beings can't have a conversation about things that
I did hear something that if you don't believe in ghosts, then they're gonna come get you. Someone told me that one time.
Who told you this?
When I was little. Yeah. My cousin.
Somebody was trying to scare you,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay, fine. We won't talk about demons.
So you can't have okay, so even like, okay, so but here's how I see a relationship. I mean, it doesn't have to be all physical, right? Like, if you intellectually, because like the connection that you're having is intellectual with people, right? You're having connections where, at no point do you think that, like, creates attraction of any kind?
So I would never have a relationship with an angel or a soul on the other side of the veil. if that's what you're getting at. But
not you. I'm just saying in general. If
Okay.
somebody
Mo, just
was
get to the
to
point.
have-
Who are you trying to hook up with that's dead?
Oh no, it's
Who's
it's
the spirit you want, Mo?
ironically it's the most searched question on the internet.
Is
with
it
regards to
really?
spirits? Yes.
that's wild.
Wait, what is
Can
it?
you be in a relationship with a spirit?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's the most
Wow.
searched question.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are more woke people than we think.
Yeah. So when I was looking through all this stuff, it's the first thing that popped up.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's some lonely people in this life.
That is crazy.
It's just like nobody likes me here. Maybe in the afterlife I'll have a
That is
better life.
wild.
Nobody on the
There's just
planet.
some incels like, please, maybe this is my way out.
That's wild.
That's funny.
So okay. So can I? Do you think that it's possible for if I wanted to, as a musician, if I wanted to hire you and I said, hey, like, can you tap into your powers and then connect with a celebrity musician, get their lyrics and songs and stuff and give them to me, and then I'm going to release them as my own? Would you ever do that?
Interesting you say that, because I channeled a song from Chester Bennington and he does not want his voice on it. So technically I could, if the soul approaches me and does that. I can't tap into any deceased musician or actor or actress. They have to approach me and then I transcribe. But I have a list and I could ask that soul, hey, said musician wants to do this. Are you down?
And if they say yes, then that's
Then there you go.
golden
Yeah.
ticket.
Then let's go.
Just
But the
and then-
family's estate has to say yes. You know, I'm not going to.
Oh, so the spirit themselves is not enough? You have to get permission from the living people?
I would like to. I just think it's not right.
But what if... But I feel like that kind of defies the spirit's power. Because what if the living person says, yeah, no, we don't want that?
Then I would respect that and I would just not.
Yeah, but it's like if I came to you and I was like, hey, like, give this person $100, and then my brother comes and says, no, don't give it to him.
Well, you have to think about it this
I'm like,
way.
why does my brother have the power that I should have?
To continue their legacies, it's not right of me to just put out music without the family's estates, one, not getting anything, and two, if they want their daughter or son or whoever it is to rest in peace, I will respect that because I know what I'm doing is different and this power that I have, and I just don't think it's right.
You know, what's the line of thinking behind not believing that it's right if the spirit themselves is giving you permission?
Absolutely, but that's just
What
where
do you
I'm
mean
at.
absolutely? No, it's a question.
I know, but
It wasn't a statement.
I know. I just, it's not right to me. I mean, you have to think about it this way. So say you pass and you're a musician and then you're like, Erin, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then I go to your parents and they're like, please no. I don't want to disrespect anybody. I just think that's...
Yeah, but you're disrespecting me.
I'm not trying to. We can still do readings together. Like you can come through for messages for other people through the reading. It's all love and light on the other side. These souls are not going to get mad. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Literally. I mean, I've had conversations.
Right,
And
that's
they
what I'm
know
saying, yeah.
that this is my...
Human experience.
Totally.
Have you had that experience where a spirit's want was different than their states?
I'm in that process right now. So even though the soul really wants to, I want to bring forth the messages or whatever they want to create. But that's, yeah.
I wonder why morally you think that that's a line that you draw.
I just think it's the right thing to do. Again, who am I? This little blonde white girl from Connecticut just
I was
channeling
born
rappers.
there.
Really? Me too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The universe.
Yeah.
Are you ever worried then they're going to go to one of your competitors and then they're going to...
Competitors. I don't feel like there's anybody that can do what I'm doing.
Like you're the only one in the world.
I haven't seen anybody else do what I'm doing.
That's true. I haven't either. Maybe Drake. I'm telling you, I think Drake, especially the last diss track.
That's hilarious.
That one, he might have got some help from.
Let's
Tupac
go, Drake.
Or something. Yeah, that might have been.
Wow.
Some help. What about manifestation? Do you believe in manifestation? And also, is it connected with like spirits and stuff, or is it a separate thing?
Separate, for sure.
Okay. Do you believe in it?
I do. Yep.
And do you believe in it from the standpoint of like, you pray to the universe and the universe just gives you stuff automatically?
You manifest by, you there's so many different forms of manifestation. I've manifested so many things in my life. And once you detach, you receive. That or something better. The universe knows better than we do.
I see.
Can I experience a reading where I ask you questions with regards to the future and you give me answers, and then I just do those exact things and become like the most successful person on the planet?
Wow.
Or like the most powerful person on the planet? Like, are those like things that you would do?
So if you ask me a question, I tap and tune in, and these angels tell me the messages. They could answer some of your questions, or if they don't, then they don't. But I can give you guidance on your future and what they're saying, how you can become a better version of yourself. I don't know about the most powerful person in the world, because
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, but yeah, you could better yourself with the guidance for sure.
Is it possible that a spirit lies?
Not the angels that I communicate with, but
So it is possible theoretically speaking.
I mean, if you're tapping into something else, I mean, I don't,
Why did you look at me? You said
because
something
you're
else.
because you're, I mean, like the things you were saying before, I mean, I guess I could be deceiving, right? The demons or whatever,
Yeah. My boys.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
I'm joking.
What do you care? You're not going to scare anyone if they don't exist.
That's true.
Okay, so, Sydney, do you have questions? I feel like you have questions.
No, I don't have like questions per se. I think it's interesting hearing her responses. I agree with a lot of what she's saying. So I'm just like observing, like,
Would you, if you were dating someone, would you want, would that be a question that you would ask, that like whether you're dating the right person or not?
Ask a psychic?
Or I guess what would be a question that you would ask?
I don't necessarily, like, when I've gotten readings, I don't ask them like certain stuff. Like, it's more of like an energy reading, like, I have never had like a full psychic reading before.
Well, I wouldn't say that's not the same thing as
feel like
psychic reading, is it?
Asking questions about the future is like a psychic type of question.
Is it?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just had like energy readings, so they're just able to pick up like kind of what I'm feeling and like what I'm going through, and just like we just are able to like resonate together, and like she, like with an energy healer per se, like they will help you and guide you like to heal yourself and heal your aura. Yeah.
When was the last time you saw someone? You saw a psychic?
Again, I don't consider it psychic because
or
I'm
an
not
energy healer.
I talk to a few like regularly.
You have like regular sessions?
Not like regular. Yeah, like, so I had a spiritual awakening last December because I met this woman and she was an energy healer, and I had a energy cleanse, and like before I had gotten one, like earlier in my life, I had always said that I have a very strong tongue. Like I like my mouth and my words are very powerful, and I would speak things into existence. But I kind of forgot that. So I had the spiritual awakening in December, and I was going through a really hard time, and she helped heal me. Like I would call her, like they're literal guardian angels, I think, because this woman was just so good. Like, I couldn't believe how much of an angel she was. She didn't even charge me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was crazy. I don't know if that answers your question or not.
Well, no, the question was, what was, well, I guess, yeah, sure. Like, what was the conversation like?
Well, I'm not going to go into that.
Nothing specific, like anything you can say about.
Just about, like, you know, she was just picking up on my energies,
Mm-hmm.
and like we were just, you know, talking about it, and I had resonated with a lot of the things that she said, and she had said things about me that she wouldn't know, because nobody knew some
Mm-hmm.
of the things that she knew. So
Interesting.
mm-hmm.
So do you always do you have control over who you contact?
Yes and no. So deceased celebrities pop in a lot for some reason. Well, I know the reason, obviously. My father is always popping in and out, my loved ones. I try to protect my energy so that not just any soul can pop in and that I don't know. 'Cause I
Can
don't
they
have that.
tell you the future?
Who?
Anybody? Do they know the future?
They can predict things. So, for instance, Tupac's soul predicted that through AI technology, they could do this through music. And I told someone that within Hollywood. 6 months later, it happened. Ghostwriter came out with AI of the Drake and the Weeknd song, but obviously that's not ethical because Drake didn't approve of his voice being on the song. So yes, I could, just like I predicted my father's death.
Right. So did they give you? Do you ever ask anything for yourself?
I do.
Often.
Yeah, but I can't know everything. So yeah, I try to, but yeah, they definitely.
Did you ask about this podcast? Did it tell you about the devil you were going to sit in front of?
They just said
I
it was
had a
destined.
weird feeling before I walked in here.
What?
Really?
Yeah. I think I feel way better now.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, like I'm chilling now. But I think I was just uneducated. And she even said perfectly herself, like they have a bad rep. And then when she explained to me, like light worker and stuff, it just made a lot more sense. You
I
know what
love
I
that.
mean?
Amazing.
Because there are witches out there. Like,
So you're
even
telling me
if-
you were convinced by words,
What do you mean?
like words?
Like her words?
Sure.
I mean, I believe in spirituality itself. So I believe in like the medium thing. I just had I didn't understand it fully, you know, because I was just.
But then wouldn't that contradict what you said with regard? So if you walked in here, felt a certain energy that.
an uncertainty.
Yeah, but
energy.
then that would be coming from your own subconscious now.
It's just like, yeah, like I guess it's just what I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that changed based upon you getting answers.
Yeah.
So one could argue that it has nothing to do with the actual energy. It has everything to do with your internal awareness of the situation.
Yeah. You could argue that.
Which I think in a lot of situations, that's really what's going on with people.
Are witches actually real? Because one of my exes said she put a curse on me.
Who's a witch that we know? Who says that she's a witch?
I don't know.
Mariah?
She said she knew somebody who was at a witch.
Okay. I thought
That's
she
so
was a witch.
terrifying.
I don't know. Nothing bad has happened to me really, so I don't think it's working. Whatever the curse is, or maybe I can block it or something. You know, my aura is too strong or something.
Or you don't have one. I'm just
So it just goes right through.
I'm
It's just-
totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Unless if she wanted to ruin all your relationships, in which case.
Yeah, that's worked out
Yeah,
pretty
she
well.
probably,
That's
yeah.
true. But that's not my fault. That's everybody else's. So witches are real? Like, can people like put spells on people and stuff like that?
I mean, I've seen on TikTok that people say that witches are real and they state that they are.
Okay, but you don't know anything about that based on.
I don't like that
spirituality.
energy. I don't. associate myself with that.
But there could be good witches too, yeah?
100%.
witches.
100%.
There's
You should
still
be a
witches.
politician.
That's still bad.
Really?
You do really well.
It's
Thank
like
you.
in like Harry Potter and stuff. There's like the good witches and the bad witches.
Harry Potter.
Well, I don't know. Like, what am I basing my knowledge of witches on? Like, I'm trying to bring good energy to the witches.
Yeah, yeah.
Love and light.
Aaron runs for president, stands by the podium. I don't like that energy. I don't associate with it.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. You could get away with any questions. By just saying I don't associate with that. I
Yeah,
don't like
I
that
just
energy.
did a. That's funny. Yeah, that's a valid answer. I feel like for some people.
Sure. It's a valid answer if the people that you're dealing with don't want to push further. You know.
Well, I will say this. I was somewhere once and this lady was across the room from me and she started doing things with her hands and was looking at me and saying like these weird things.
What?
And it was wild. And I just started praying and I protected myself. My angels came through. So
What were you
maybe
praying?
she was a witch. Just for protection, like Archangel Michael put the armor around me, armor of God. So,
That's so scary.
yeah, it was.
Where was it?
It was in New York. I used to live in Manhattan, and
That's terrifying.
Have you met Michael,
Michael.
the archangel?
No, I have not.
Michael and Gabriel, I think, are the main ones. They're like the top two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my father's name is Michael,
Oh, that Michael you've met.
I-
Okay, so that's why you were wondering which Michael I was talking about.
or Michael Jackson.
You've met Michael Jackson?
His soul, yeah,
Well, sure.
yeah.
How's he doing?
He's bright white light. He's doing well.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Which actually, you know what? That's interesting. If he is bright white light, which means that he didn't sin, that actually is the answer that everybody's wanting to know with regards to Michael.
Wow.
I mean, that would be a pretty fair connection to make, no?
I communicate with souls that approach as bright white light, and I think that he is a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. So,
So that puts that to rest.
Yeah.
For
I
the
just gotta
whole
wait
world
till
to
Diddy
know.
gets up there, then we'll know everything. Diddy and R. Kelly, then we'll know all the answers.
I'm dead.
Pretty sure that'll be a while.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Very, very, very interesting.
yeah, unique,
Yeah.
different.
We should do a reading with for Zach at some point.
You can. They never work on me. But
I would
you
love
can
to
try.
hear your reading.
I would love to hear my reading too.
I don't know. Erin might be changing her mind.
No, I'd be open. I mean, I'm just not gonna walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta,
No, I'd be
you
down
gotta
for a
want to do
reading.
it."
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, absolutely.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, if we could turn Zach into a believer, that would be a whole.
You can turn me. You can turn anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I
If
charge
the next podcast, Zach is sitting here talking about God and believing in afterlife and all this shit, you have accomplished an amazing thing in life.
I'm just trying to spread the love and just let everyone know that our loved ones are still with us, and that there is more to the universe than we know.
Is it like, you know how in Star Wars the dark side is stronger? Like the dark side can shoot like lightning out of their fingers and stuff like that. Is it like that in real life or no? Is the light side stronger?
You know, I've never seen Star Wars,
Oh,
so
I'm so old. Fuck.
There are new ones.
Yeah. But is like the dark side strong, or is it like the light side is stronger typically?
I think yin and yang. It's a balance.
Balance.
That's what I believe.
Well, final question. Is the green bubble a red flag? It has nothing to do with anything we've talked about.
Green bubble.
Yeah.
What's the green bubble?
Like you meet a guy, he texts you, and the bubble's green.
Ooh. I mean, no. I mean, everyone has their own phone.
She is a good soul.
She is a good soul. You're definitely getting into heaven.
Well, that's good. I don't know how much of your answers I actually believe is the problem.
What do you mean?
Like, there's a difference between like the answers that you want to give versus the answers that you think you should give.
I think I'm still trying to figure it out, navigating how I'm spilling the tea.
Yeah. Like when she said "ooh," I was like wondering. I feel like she had a different feeling with this. She was like, "Oh no, I gotta love everybody."
No, I do love everybody, but that's also my personality.
Nobody loves everybody.
I love everybody.
That's a lie.
No, actually, it's not. So the guy that killed my father, love and light. CEO ran through the red light. I forgive him. Love and light.
Yeah, but that was an accident. It wasn't an accident?
I mean, he ran through a red light and 3 cars were in front of my father. But I also think that was my father's soul contract. Love and light to him. I had to tap a lot, EFT tapping, and do a lot of subconscious work to let this go. But there's no room to hold hate or energy for that. Like, what's the point?
I do think there's a, like, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not much you can control. Or maybe we can. I have no idea.
I think it's when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
For sure.
But hopefully it's not our time anytime soon.
We're just living.
I'm planning never dying, so.
Amazing.
Why are you laughing? It's true.
Never dying.
I'm
Your
hoping.
soul will live on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you think people could live forever? Human beings?
No.
You don't think that a time would come where human beings could live forever?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
We gotta get Elon on that. We gotta get Elon to
Yeah.
invent some shit.
Do you think that if our consciousness is transferred into a device and our body dies, that our spirit still exists on the planet within that consciousness?
Well, wouldn't that be a soul, right?
That's the question.
Correct.
Is our body our soul, or
No.
is our mind?
Our mind, our soul, whatever it is, there's a higher power. Like, we have a higher self, and that lives on. That's what I believe. Well, obviously.
So, can we live forever?
Well, if you, in your human body, as you are right now, I mean, obviously, absolutely not. But your
if I
soul.
reverse aging,
Like Benjamin Button?
I mean, that's what the plan is, no?
What?
If you had the option to live forever, would you?
No.
So if tomorrow they came out with a potion to reverse aging and stay at 24 years old, 24-year-old
Forever?
Sydney forever,
I don't think I would want that, no.
you don't want that.
I don't think
You want to
so.
grow old and die.
I mean, not exactly, but
What do you mean? You
I don't know if I
have-
want to be 24 forever.
Sydney, it's a very simple question.
I mean, after like 10 billion years, I'm going to be like, fuck, like, I'm tired.
10 billion? You want to live for 10 billion years?
You said live forever.
I understand, but you also said 10 billion years.
Well, I guess infinity, like always waking up every day, like shit, like I'm really tired. Like
You're like, I watched everything on Netflix.
it's like that
there's
movie.
no new shows.
Yeah.
There are things you could do, you know.
What?
Things. There's so many things in life you could learn.
I know. I'm saying I don't want to.
Okay, so how long do you want to live?
I
What's
just
the
want to
line?
live my life. Like
So 110-year-old Sydney on a wheelchair and just like being taken care of by her family.
Mm-hmm.
You cool with that?
what do you mean?
I feel like that was a fairly straight up question.
I'm cool with being old. Like
Yeah, being 110 years old on a wheelchair and your family's taking care of you.
If that's what's meant to happen to me, then yeah.
Do you believe that everything's meant to happen will
Yeah,
happen? That
I
you have no
think-
control over anything?
I think everything is interconnected.
Do you have control over anything?
You have control over your own actions.
So wouldn't then you reversing your aging being part of your own actions?
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to do that.
So wouldn't that be you deciding that you don't want to do it?
Yeah.
So
That's
then
what I'm
you have
saying.
control over it.
Wait, what do you mean?
You just said that you have control, that you don't want to do
But
something.
you were
therefore-
asking me if you could choose to live forever, would you? And I'm saying no. And you're saying now that that's my own actions. Yes, I agree. Like that's,
Right. So my point is that if you got old, you're 110 years old on a wheelchair and your family's taking care of you. And you said, if it's meant to be, my point being that wasn't meant to be because you decided to be there.
Sorry, I'm a little bit confused.
What? Did I make sense?
This is just like
Essentially, he's arguing is there, if we have a fate, how can we have free will? Like if everything's meant to be, then we're not really making decisions because we're just going through this path that has already been set up for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, do we have free will then? If there's already this path that
I
we are
see.
gonna follow. You know what I mean?
I see. You know, I don't have the answer to that question. I don't know.
Fair enough. Do you?
I believe we have both. I believe there's certain things that happen that are destined, but we also have free will choice. So tomorrow, if I want to date this guy, I have the free will choice to go with said person rather than the other. You know what I mean?
Sure. But you also don't want to live forever.
No.
You're fine with just growing
Really?
old and
Yeah, that would be sick.
just like
There's
getting
only two
sick
things I'm scared of.
and deteriorating into nothingness.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what happens.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Not everybody gets sick.
Everybody gets sick.
Like not everybody dies of from being sick, though.
Yeah, that's
Well, everybody dies of something.
I mean, people die in their sleep, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're sick.
But also, if you guys believe in an afterlife, then it's like you're not really dying.
Exactly.
Totally.
You're going to the afterlife.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't have to wake up and do.
Yeah, but what's the alternative then?
You must hate waking. You must not be a morning person.
No, that's
Like, I gotta
actually-
wake up again. God damn it.
That's a very interesting. That's a very interesting mindset, right? Because if your concept of living on Earth is that you just wake up and you have to do things, the alternative is that you're a spirit and you never wake up or sleep.
So I think that people's souls are reincarnated. You know, you hear of the people that are like, I remember like my past life, or like, so I believe in like, you know, I guess a soul contract is what she said. Like, I'm sure you have multiple lives, you know, like I would like to live my life, and then if I come back as something else, I have another life to live then.
Is that the case? Is there reincarnation?
I believe that. I do. I really do.
And is it always a human, or you could be like an animal in your past life? Like, you know, some people say, oh, it's like a bird or something. No, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I know.
It is kind of funny, but
I haven't tapped into that, but the universe is big, so I'm sure that could be a thing.
Like, I've been told to have an old soul.
Who told you this?
Don't worry about it.
Someone.
Yes.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy that you know what's interesting? I've noticed most of the time women are the ones who don't want to live forever.
interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but it is harder being a girl, you know.
Is it?
So you kidding me?
Most of men that I speak to want to live
Child.
forever. Most of
Interesting.
women that I speak to don't want to live forever.
Because we can play video games. We get bored, we just play video games. Like,
We could,
if you guys get
we
bored,
just like do whatever we want.
Yeah, we just like.
Women are like, oh, I just like, who wants to like bleed once a month?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You know,
That's interesting.
it is interesting, huh? I gotta psychoanalyze that a little bit more. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it. Sydney, thanks so much again for coming on the show.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for watching. See you later.